So you're building a home gym. Well, this is the new Mikolo M4 Smith machine, and I've been using it here in my garage gym for about 3 weeks. Now, it's a beast, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I like about it, and then I'm gonna show you what I don't like about it. So stick around, and I'll tell you exactly who I think it's for. With that being said, let's go. Now, the M4 comes delivered to you in 4 heavy boxes, reassuring you that it's gonna be a beast once you put it together. And putting it together was somewhat of a beast for me. It took me about 4 to 6 hours. Now, I was doing some training in between putting it together, so it may take you a little less time. Now, once you finish building this thing, you're gonna instantly notice that it's much bigger than a power rack like the Finished Reality 810 XLT Supermax Power Cage or the Sunny Health and Fitness Power Zone Strength Rack that you've seen me review in the past. The M4 stands 7 feet tall, a little over 5.5 feet long, and a little over 6 feet wide. And they pack a bunch of extra functionality into that space. The M4 comes with 2 independent pulley systems that I straight up love. They have a max load capacity of 600 pounds, so you can go straight crazy with these pulleys on the M4. Now, those of you who follow my channel have probably seen one of the 2 DIY cable pulley systems that I've created for my power racks, and I love those. But each pulley having its own weight rack on this Smith machine allows you to truly isolate body parts the way you would in the gym, where you will always find independent weight stacks for each pulley. Now, we've been doing chest flies, cable crossovers, chest press, and pull downs with this boy, and it's dope. Now, if you're a personal trainer, the M4 is a straight up workhorse, and I'll get back to that later. But I love that these 2 independent pulleys allow me to train 2 clients at the same time. And that's dope for me, you and your boo. So think about this M4 and what y'all could do. But enough of my rapping and back to the review. Now let's talk about these pulleys right quick. They're sliding pulleys like at the gym, so you could adjust them both up and down low, where on the left you will find the Bigfoot board for your seated rows. I love this. I've done DIY videos focusing on the seated row, and having something like this built into the system is priceless. Now, I do wish that I could adjust them a little bit so that I and other people with longer arms could get a little bit more range of motion when using them, but I figured out a solution for that, and I'll be doing some updates on the M4 Smith machine in the future. And if you want to check those out, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the alert to check it out when I drop them. But let's keep it moving. One thing that I really missed on my Sunny Health and Fitness Power Zone Strength Rack was a leg hold down for lat pull downs. The M4 has a leg hold attachment that you attach to the M4's outer safety bars, so you're free to go crazy with your lat pull downs without feeling like you're gonna fly up off the bench every time you do something heavy. I'll summarize my pros and cons for the M4 Smith machine at the end of this video, but 2 things that I wish were different about this cage are, 1, that the lat pull down bar could be a little higher to allow us to pull down a little more vertically if we have longer arms. Now, this can still be accomplished by leaning back slightly or pulling from a seated position on a low step or even the floor. I also wish that this leg hold down attachment was a pull-out pin attachment opposed to this nut and bolt attachment, so you could easily remove it, because sometimes you can hit these pads at the bottom of your squats when squatting outside the M4 with a separate Olympic bar. I should have probably have led with this, but the biggest difference between a Smith machine and a power rack is that the Smith machine comes with a built-in Olympic bar that slides down 2 guide rails, so you can squat and bench on one without buying a separate Olympic bar. Now, a lot of more experienced lifters out there are accustomed to benching and squatting under a free-moving Olympic bar opposed to a fixed Olympic bar like you find on Smith machines, so Mikolo got jiggy with it, and they included these 2 outer J hooks and safety hooks that allow you to bench and squat on this machine just like you would any other power rack without having to worry about that bar getting stuck on your back or chest. With that being said, don't snooze on that attached Olympic bar. It's good for beginners and advanced lifters alike, and especially for home gyms because of the stability that that fixed bar adds, along with the additional safety that the safety hooks add. Another thing that I should mention is that the M4 Smith machine has a maximum load capacity of 2,200 pounds, so it should be fitting for everybody out there with the exception of maybe the Hulk. Now, I appreciate that Mikolo didn't skimp out on the accessories. It comes with just about every one that you could imagine. You get a pull down bar, a cable bar, 2 adjustable cable handles, a tricep push down rope, and a T-bar for the included 360-degree landmine attachment. That's a couple $100 worth of accessories that we could factor into that $1,299 sticker price for one of these Mikolo M4 Smith machines. Now, I mentioned that landmine attachment, and if you watched my channel in the past, you know I absolutely love training with landmine attachments. This is a good one because it's a 360-degree landmine. You're not limited to just up and down exercises when using it. Now, I have to note, this 360-degree landmine attachment is slightly less desirable than some of the others I've used because although it works great 360 when it's facing straight out from the cage, when you put it from the side, you don't get that full range of motion and it's more of an up and down use. And that's something that may affect some of you guys depending on how you got it set up in your home, backyard, or garage gym. All right, hold up, and I apologize. I almost forgot 2 major attachments that came with the M4 Smith machine, and those are the included dip handles. These dip bars are nice and heavy, so you feel comfortable when you're up there on them, but they also have 4 sets of handles, so it's easier for people of different sizes to get up there and get their dip game in. Now y'all know I gotta talk about the pull-up bar. The M4 comes with a set just like you see on other cages until you look a little bit closer. Once you do, you can check out that it has these 2 diagonal pull-up bars that I've never seen before, but I really like them, y'all. And the M4 still has all the other normal hand grip positions that you normally encounter on squat racks. Now the M4 does have a battle rope connection at the back rear of the cage, but I don't have an indoor battle rope, so I haven't really been able to take advantage of that in here. Now the last thing I think we should talk about before I summarize up this video for you guys is the storage on the M4 Smith machine. The M4 Smith machine comes equipped with a bunch of storage, y'all. I had to add magnets to my other cages to add storage for accessories, but this cage comes with these 4 storage hooks at the back for storing all your accessories. On a side note, be sure to install that bar last, even though it's going to tell you differently in the instructions, because it's a pain in the butt when you have to go up underneath those 4 hooks when you're trying to build out this cage the way they asked you to in the instructions. But I'll leave it up to y'all. Just remember I mentioned it. Now let's keep it moving. Check out the rest of the storage that the M4 Smith machine provides. You have this little sidecar for Olympic bar storage that also has 2 Olympic plate holders. On top of that, you get 6 additional Olympic plate holders, y'all. That's 8 separate hooks for your Olympic plates. So you don't have to stack all your plates on a couple of hooks, making it slow and cumbersome to add weights during your workout. It also means that you don't need a separate A-frame rack or something to store your Olympic plates. So this rack actually helps reduce your home footprint in some cases. Now for all you personal trainers out there, the M4 is a straight up dream system, and I'm so serious about that. Being able to train 6 or more body parts on your client without having to adjust any piece of equipment on one machine is straight up boss, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you are gonna love it. I never imagined that I would like this machine as much as I do before I got it, but I'm gonna tell you right now, they've done everything you need to make this a boss piece of equipment for a personal trainer. And if you guys have any questions and you wanna know more about how I'm using it, be sure to hit me at my Usawa Fitness email and I'll get back to you, because I'm telling you, I would have never thought I liked it as much as I do, and it fades my other pieces of equipment in here, and that's something that I really want you personal trainers out there to understand. That's on the personal trainers tip, but let me go ahead and back up and tell you guys what I like about this cage overall. Number 1, I really like the independent pulley system, the Smith machine guide rail Olympic bar, the J-hooks and safety bars outside the cage, allowing us to use this Smith machine like a power rack for traditional barbell squats and presses. I like the Bigfoot board for seated rows. I like all the storage. And there's a lot of other things I like about this system. But now, let's talk about some of the things I don't like so much about the M4 Smith machine. Number 1, this ball came with some weird oil that dripped down onto the bottom of my floor and wound up staining the mat on my gym floor. Now, I don't know what it was. It did stop after a few days, but it's something that happened and I never really understood exactly what it was. Number two, that ball and the metal protecting are getting very scarred up, and I don't know what that's gonna mean for the future of that ball. I also wish I could have connected the cables for the pulley with the carabiner or something, because I don't love that I'm simply using pressure from clamping down the flat head of a screw to hold these cables in. These next two gripes aren't so bad, but I wish the Bigfoot board could be extended a little bit further away from the pulley system so people with long arms could perform the seated row better. But there are some easy ways to deal with that, so it's really not a big deal. And last, I wish that the leg hold down attachment could be attached and reattached quickly and easily so it wouldn't be able to interfere with our squats when we're squatting outside the Smith machine. Now I know I got super hyped when I started talking about the impact this system will have in a personal training gym, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this thing is gonna be dope for any of you building a home, backyard, or garage gym. The fact that they included those J-hooks and those safety bars on the outside of the cage make this a no-brainer for both new and seasoned lifters. Now for full disclosure, Mikolo did send me this system, but they have no control over what I say in my review, nor will any other company who happens to send me something. You guys need to know that I feel blessed and so grateful that this channel is growing the way it is, and I will never do anything to betray your trust by giving you a review that's not honest like they always have been. With that being said, I absolutely love this piece of equipment, y'all. It has its pros and cons, but I'm loving it. So like I said, at the end of the day, I love this thing because it's fire, and I'm giving it a Fonzarelli. Now, if you're doing your research and you're trying to figure out whether or not a Smith machine or a power rack is right for you, check this link out right here to see some of my other reviews on some other power racks. I appreciate y'all coming. Love and peace, everybody.